Hello Trekkies and welcome back with another video of TREKKERPRISE. Well, the day finally has arrived. The Identities Part 2 just dropped a couple of days ago in the States and in the UK as well. So it's time to talk about it, and it's time to find out what's gonna happen with our favorite ship, with our favorite crew, and how they're gonna solve the situation. So this week was absolutely such a long week in many reasons, because we kept talking about what's gonna happen with the Orville, what's gonna happen with the Orville, what's gonna happen with Isaac. But this week not just being too long, it was actually way longer than waiting for the season 2 actually to come back to TV. So when I started watching this episode, I kinda expected that it will start with previously on the Orville. Well, this never happened, and it was kinda interesting, but I was missing something, but I didn't really missing anything, because now we just jump right into the episode, which I kind of liked. So obviously the big question is what will going to happen with the Orville crew, what will going to happen with Isaac, and how they're going to solve the situation. Well, in this episode we got answers on everything, and even got more out of the characters as well. The crew being locked up in the shuttle bay doesn't really give them too much to do, except, you know, working on plans how to actually resolve the situation. Kelly basically gets to the point when she thinks that it would be great actually to go out and seek for help. It was really interesting to see that they actually go into their enemy to, hey, kinda I want you to, you know, help us with the situation, because if you don't help us, the next target might gonna be you, so hey. So Gordon and Kelly leaves the ship with a great risk, because as it turned out, Gordon never really left the ship with the shuttle when the ship was in quantum speed. Obviously the Kalons noticed that there's something going on, so they actually sent the shuttle towards Kelly and Gordon, and they again found another way to actually get rid of the Kalons. Gordon just pulled out another trick from his head, and they actually went up to probably what we would call warp 10 in the Star Trek universe, just an incredible long speed, and he just ended up in cruise space. Obviously the first encounter with the Krill with Captain Dalek, which is really interesting, because when I heard Dalek, actually I thought about Daleks. So I did feel a little bit of a Doctor Who reference there, and obviously when they say that they're going to exterminate the planets, that was another kind of Doctor Who reference from the Daleks, and Daleks exterminate, so wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. Obviously Captain Dalek didn't really believe Kelly and Gordon until the Kalon ship arrived, and they like kinda had to take it seriously, because yo, actually they've been telling the truth. Back in the ship they found a way to actually send a message back to Union Point and to warn the Union that hey, a Kalon destruction force is here. So Yaphet was the only one who actually could fit in this Jeffrey's tube, and the one person who was voluntarily helping it was Ty. Now I do have to say that that moment was such a big step for this character, because Ty just grew so much in these 2 episodes. He was kind of the boy who we got to know from the Finn family, and he was kind of the younger brother looking out for Isaac, looking for a father figure, and then now we gotta see a more or less like a little hero, and I really adore this aspect of the character. So Kai Banner, if you're watching this, well done, good job. So Kai and Yaphet, they've been able to actually send a message to Union Point, but they got caught up, and Yaphet, to save Ty's life, just jumps into one of the Kalon guard and basically disables him going into the Kalon's body, which was absolutely amazing to see and to know that Yaphet actually can do that. Ty get captured by the Kalon, and they actually brought Isaac into the captain's room that hey, this human being made a big mistake, so you have to exterminate him. And this is one of the biggest shifts in the episode, because Isaac finally realizes that hey, I love Ty and I care about him so much, I don't want them to be harmed. I was helping them at the very beginning, and I'm helping them ever since I know them, so I don't want them to be harmed. And then that triggered something in Isaac that hey, maybe you are my people, but they are my friends, they are my family. And that aspect of that realization from Isaac was just really sweet. He's part of the family, he's part of the Orville family, and he can't be bad. And he is not. He actually killed his own people to save their family, his friends. So it was really nice to see, and then I was bursting out of tears when Ty just went up to Isaac, and he just you know, hugged him like, hey Isaac, I'm really glad you're back. And it's not just that Ty got Isaac's back, we got Isaac's back as well, and that's such a great experience to experience. To save the situation and to help the crew, Isaac sacrificed himself and killed every Kalon on the ship, including himself. At least that's what we knew. And that was a really sad moment, but it was a really human moment from Isaac, that he was able to actually kill and sacrifice himself for his family, for his friends. That made me cry and smile at the same time, because we kinda lost Isaac, but we got him back as well in such a human way. By the time when the crew took back control of the Orville, they ended up in Earth, where the big armada was waiting for the Kalons and for the Orville as well. Obviously, massive space battles happened, and then it was just absolutely mind-blowing. I haven't seen a space battle like this ever since Deep Space Nine: Sacrifice of Angel from season 6. If you're a big Star Trek fan, or if you know Star Trek Deep Space Nine, that was a massive battle between the Cardassians, the Dominion, and the Federation. But I said there's non-TNG references in the Orville. Well, this was it. Because not just the battle itself, but the arrival of the Krill was a memorable moment as well. Because just before the last time when everything seemed to be lost, the Krill just arrived and they started blowing out of the Kalons from the space. So it's basically something similar that happened with the Federation fleet and the Klingons' arrival in Sacrifice of Angel. But despite the similarity between Star Trek Deep Space Nine and the Orville, this episode was just absolutely amazing. This space battle was just gorgeous. I really enjoyed the part when actually Gordon went out in a shuttle and he was like looking at the Krill like argh. And it was really nice to see that the Krill joined with the Union, and then they tried to, you know, solve the situation to help the humans and basically help themselves as well. So it was really a sweet moment, and it was a really groundbreaking historical moment in the course of the show, because as John Custer said on Twitter, space will never be the same. And when he said that, I thought, okay, maybe they're going to destroy Earth, or maybe something that we never really expect will happen. And having this door open between the two race, between the two parties, is just really refreshing, and I'm really looking forward to see how their relation will develop in the future. Obviously, it was a really inspiring and heartfelt moment from Captain Mercer, and it was really nice to see from Captain Dalek as well that hey, if Avis knows what he wants with us, then, you know, we will work together in the future. The only last question that is remained from this episode, what will happen with Isaac? They've been able to reactivate Isaac with the help of Yaphet, who was actually sacrificing not just himself, but sacrificing the future possible or non-possible relationship with Dr. Finn. But it was really nice to see him going and helping Isaac, who he didn't really like that much, because he basically stole Dr. Finn from him. As it turned out, Isaac was spying on humanity and spying on the Union, and then he joined forces with his own people to actually delete and exterminate all human and living beings on the Union, and then take over as a Kalon territory. But he turned against his own people, leaving him without home, without any chance to go back to Kalon, and, you know, just being alone. And it was really nice to see that Ed basically took custody over him. He said to the Admiral that, hey, whatever happens and whatever Isaac will do, I will take full responsibility for him. And then the end of the episode was just really sweet, when Dr. Finn just told Isaac that there's a human condition and a human value that you should keep in mind, and that's forgiveness. Even in the 24th century, humans have problems, but forgiveness is always gonna be a remaining value of our lives. Overall, this episode was absolutely amazing. I was smiling, I was getting so excited, I was crying at the same time, and it was just absolutely an emotional blast. I'm really glad that the crew actually got back together. It was really sad to see that, you know, one crew member got died, well, actually multiple crew members got blown up in this episode. The first one who we got to see knocked out from the airlock was kind of a red shirt. And that was kind of a callback as well to the original Star Trek, because, you know, as they say, if a red shirt dies, then, you know, the episode will be dangerous and serious. So you have to be, like, prepared for danger. And this is what the Orville does really well. We have this massive situation and this devastating situation, and they still find a way to actually make you feel hopeful and just have a smile in the worst case scenario. And I just love them so much. I honestly, I think I'm gonna watch this episode again and again and again, because this was just absolutely mind-blowing. I do have to say that this episode worth suffering that long week because it was just really worth waiting for. So that was it for today, guys. I know it was a bit longer than usual, but hey, there was a lot of things to talk about, and I hope I covered more or less everything. But obviously, from now on, I really want to know, what do you think about the episode? So please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'm really looking forward to read your comments on this episode, to read your observations, and to have a chat with you guys. Personally, I think it was above my expectations, so I'm really happy that that this episode just arrived, and I'm really looking forward to see the next one, and I'm really looking forward to have a chat with you guys in the comment section below. And on social media. As you might aware, I'm available on Instagram and Twitter as well, so you can reach out through the comment section below, sending me an email, or checking out my website, TREKKERPRISE.com, where you can read my thoughts every now and then when I publish them. That was it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and share the video, and don't forget to subscribe to receive all the geekiness every week. And until next time, live long and prosper.